We are live. Hello, everyone. I am here with the great Art Thibert, legendary. Uh-oh, I got to turn my volume off. I never do this quite right. I always leave the volume up on my YouTube chat. Hello, Art. How are you?
I am fine. So are we good? Are we good, Mitch?
We're live. We're live. I just had to turn the volume off on my video here on YouTube. I always forget to do that, and then I hear myself, and then you freak out. Okay, how's everybody this morning?
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I'm doing good.
Good, good. Art, well, it's got to be good in Southern California.
It's always good in Southern California.
We are here today along with how many people? 17, 18, 19, and climbing with the great legendary Art Thibert, penciler, inker with how many years of experience, Art? Something like 30?
Yeah, I actually did the math the other day, and it was quite alarming. I don't know about you, Mitch, but I think you're more of like you plan things in advance. I just take care of things that are in front of me, so I never even look back. I just keep moving forward. And I did the math the other day, and I have 36 years invested in this industry. Yeah, 82. Wow. 82 is when I started.
Geez, what were you, like 12?
Thank you. That's the nicest thing anybody's said to me in a long time about my age. Yeah. I was young, but not 12.
Okay. All right. Well, what was the very first thing you did professionally?
I worked independently for a company called Renegade Press, and that was an offshoot of Aardvark Vanheim, which is the Dave Sims publishing company that did Cerebus. And so I think that was his wife, Denny Lobert. And so this was kind of deep underground, almost like Freak Brothers and, you know, the R. Crumb stuff. I mean, I was hanging with that crowd at the beginning. Wow. And that was a lot to do with Jim Valentino, who kind of had, in the early days, he had his foot, you know, firmly in that kind of, I don't want to say drug culture, but you understand where I'm going. It's like kind of deep indie kind of 60s hippie kind of comics. I guess
total degeneracy, Art Thibert. Total degeneracy.
Yeah, but my favorite is like Larry Martyr, who we hung out with at the time too, who did Tales of Bean World, became the editor-in-chief of Image Comics years later. So, and then Jim Valentino, obviously one of the founders of Image Comics. So I think they legitimized themselves over time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all broke into the mainstream. We cleaned up, Mitch. We cleaned up.
You were in a band and doing druggy comics. And here you are with all of us rabble rousers on YouTube and Twitter.
Somehow
you can't. Right? Yeah, you can't get that image cleaned up, Art. Did you just keep we keep dragging you back down?
Yeah, what can I say, man? You know, it's where the action's at. I like to cause trouble.
I think so. You seem kind of like a mild-mannered guy, but I think you look under the surface, and I think there might be a troublemaker at work.
Yeah, my mom used to say the T in Thibert is for trouble.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here we are from degenerate hippie comics to the sci-fi. Well, what would you call your thriller? Is it like a espionage?
Yeah, thriller? Thriller, action, sci-fi, espionage thriller. Yeah, it follows an ex-spy who's kind of disillusioned with the MI10, which is this is the science fiction aspect of it is it's a future tense story. So it's, you know, maybe 2040, 2030, 2040, you know, a few years in advance, you know, from us. And so robots have kind of, they're just a mainstay in society. So there's, you know, 007, which is MI6. There's divisions of the MI. So there is an MI10, but we're making it like MI10 has become the robotics division for MI6, which is, you know, the Queen's Secret Service. And so Reed Blackett, aka Black, is a robot fighter. You know, so he has all the skills of James Bond, but he's also a master in fighting robots. So you can imagine in the future, if robots were to exist, which eventually they will, they will be running amok, right? They will need to be taught a lesson. And so the the Mi-10 is a division of that. And so he has kind of a super suit which helps him fight and battle these robots. But in the story proper, he's become disillusioned with kind of killing without conscience, not quite knowing the full plan and the effects of what he's doing. So he's kind of, it's kind of Born Identity. I never read Born Identity before this, and I know it's, a successful movie franchise, but he became very disillusioned kind of in the Born Identity way when he found out exactly what he was doing. And so I don't want to give away too much because there is a revelatory idea at play where Reed does turn. He sees something, he finds out something about his past and his family that, makes him kind of be less, I guess, down with doing the dirty work for England and the Queen and God and country and all that. So this is kind of present day in the story where he's trying to kind of clean the air. He's trying to clear the air. He's trying to become more of an honest person. So since he has all these connections worldwide, he becomes an importer exporter, and it kind of fits the lifestyle of a spy, so he just kind of rolls over into that. And so he hangs out internationally, and he just kind of looks for fine things to import and export. So that's where the story proper is, where he meets the lovely Whitney Sung, aka White, and she is running a family brewery that has been it's in China, rural China, and they've been trying to make a go of it for decades and not really doing too well. So finally they have hope with Reed Blackett, but Whitney has a darkened past. Oh, excuse me, my voice is falling apart. She has a little bit of a dark past, so that past starts coming back into her life. And also, on some level, Reed's past comes back to haunt him as well. So then, to help Whitney, he kind of, like Reed has to become that guy again. He has to become, he wasn't really a hero as a spy, but he has to become something different, something that he's okay with, something that morally he's down with. And so he becomes a vigilante. And I know vigilantes are, basically criminals, but he has a moral code. And so that's where the tagline, in a world where justice can only be black, or in a world where, in a world where law and order is often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white. There, I spit it out. I got it out.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like his moral center, is that he's tired of living in that gray area world where, the ends justify the means, and you can do things and justify kind of horrible things for the greater good. And so he's kind of done with that. So so when he meets her, he cannot be that guy again. So he becomes this black vigilante. And so he kind of dons on the old Mi-10 outfit, but that's just because he has to protect himself and stuff. So I don't want to give too much more away, but then they kind of evolve into those new suits that you see on the cover, because that's not the original super suit that he's wearing in the beginning. So so eventually, they overcome the evil and do all the superhero stuff.
Well, you just gave it away. They overcome evil.
Yeah, well, I think when people spoilers, evil doesn't win in Art Thibert's story. Yeah,
but there you go.
But you know what? They come close. They come really close.
Evan James, thank you for $1.99. Mitch and Art, please give us Red Rooster and black and white merch on CF. Crypto Fashion, I think, is what that is. So thank you, Evan. Art, do you have plans for merchandise for black and white?
I want this thing to be as huge and as big as possible. So if that opportunity presents itself, and it looks like it's something that organically fits with the characters, yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I'm planning. I was hoping to print something out before I came on air. So I've been mocking up some. I've got some T-shirt mock-ups and different kind of mock-ups for merchandise. So like you said, I think things through in advance. So I think merchandise is coming. It's just I've got my hands full. Everyone will find out. I've just got my hands full with a lot of stuff, and so I know I'm leaving. I'm leaving the T-shirt money on the table.
Well, it looked
like
like
a lot of people asking.
It looked like you were going to pick up a design. Is there a design there?
No, I'm picking up. You're not supposed to see this. The Futurists. We're working on this.
Oh, very cool.
So I'm trying to get Butch rolling on the Futurists, who's going to be Butch Geis, the legendary talent, who I believe also started in like 1981.
Yeah, he's really, really good. I mean, you're amazing as well. So I think this is going to fit right in. I think the styles, will work well together. I know you're not like drawing with him, but you know what I mean, like your universe.
I think, yeah. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, we're just thrilled. We're thrilled. So Elizabeth has colored Butch before on Winter Soldier and Captain America. I think they're very excited to team back up again to do this. And we're very excited to see all of this come to life. But this isn't an advertisement for my stuff. This is the Art Thibert interview that everyone's been salivating for. So for Black and White. So Art, why don't you tell me? I'm curious. What is? So you said you want to get Black and White as, of course, in as many hands as possible. What's his? What's your? They're saying I dox my trade dress. Yeah, it was kind of intentional, although it's not final. What's your age group? Like, what is? What's the potential readership? What's the age range for Black and White? Is it an adult book? Art, did we lose you? Uh-oh. I think we've lost Art. Let me send you. He's still in my Google Hangout. So sorry, guys. Okay, Art dropped. He'll join back. I doxed myself. Okay, Art dropped from the Google Hangout. I'm sure he'll pop right back in. So, yeah, here's what we're doing. We have a trade dress that is... Everything needs a trade dress. You guys can still see me in the chat, right? Can you hear me? Okay, so all right, I'm good. So I can talk to you guys. Who is going to draw the Futurist? That's going to be Butch Geis. So if you don't know about Butch, he is an incredible veteran comic book artist. I mean, Elizabeth's trolling the chat. She says, "Push the button, Art." I think we have had a legitimate historic Art Thibert boomer moment on the last comic book artist show. So. Space Dandy says he can't hear me. Bullet Ballet, I have that cover here too. Will I be doing the covers for the Futurist comic book? Probably what we'll do is do like an alternate cover, because I want Butch to also do covers, because Butch is incredible. I mean, he's better than me. I might do like a cover painting, or I don't know, something that's a little different, and maybe we'll do alternate covers from time to time. Bullet Ballet, tell us more. don't know. I kind of like it being a mystery for now. I don't want to overload you guys. We have a couple other things that we've been cooking on for a while. Let me see if I can't get Art Thibert back. So I'm gonna hit him up on Twitter DM here. You guys can be patient with me. What happened? Can you get back in? B. Hennessy with the Caution Zone. Thank you for $5. You and Art need to team up on a cover, maybe for Cautionary Comics. Hint, hint. I like Ben. He's a go-getter. Why doesn't my wife have a wrench? Hey, that's a great point. I'm going to give her the wrench. Well, I think it was originally because I needed, she was trolling me in the chat. And I needed someone to police the trolls, of whom she was the chief, King Daddy Troll. But okay, now I've given her moderator powers. So beware. Elizabeth is in the chat, and she has moderator powers. So don't say anything that will get you kicked off. And you may want to be complimentary. I'm going to cough. Got it. Muted. Okay, I don't know what happened to Art. I think he probably, this is my guess, his internet probably just went boomer on him. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Art. Art went silent, and then he was in the Hangout for a little while, and then he disappeared. He must have nodded off. No, I think he pushed the wrong internet button. And he hit boomer ejection mode. Boomer ejection mode. So I don't know I don't know what boomer ejection mode does, but it definitely ejects you from the internet. But anyway, let's sell some black and white. I'm going to throw the link in the chat. If he's not here, he mentioned MI6. Yeah, I was going to get to that. Why Art? Who we got? Ben. Ben said he'd jump in. I'm going to throw Ben the link. That way we can maybe chat together and sell some more black and white for Art, who has boomer ejected himself. All right, I sent the invite to Ben Henderson, B. Hennessy of Cautionary Comics. So maybe the show can continue with a less boomery guest. And maybe we can sell, can we sell black and white? Can we sell black and white without Art Thibert? Let's give Art Thibert an early Halloween present. I'm going to throw the link in the chat. Let's move the needle. The link is in the chat for Black and White Remastered by the great Art Thibert. So let's move the needle for Art Thibert. He has, the internet has chewed him up and spit him out into the 7th level of